Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into a playbook for engineering students, one that's based on what's actually working right now. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's just start with this number because it's the hard reality. The 2025 Unstop Talent Report found that a staggering 83% of engineering grads in 2024 don't have a job or an internship. This isn't just some random statistic. It's a huge sign that the old way of doing things is completely broken.
And hey, before you think, oh, that's just a Tier 3 college issue, think again. New data shows that 38% of graduates from all 23 IITs failed to get placed in 2024. We're talking nearly 8,000 students. That is more than double what it was just 2 years ago. So yeah, this problem is everywhere.
So this is what we're talking about, the 83% placement gap. It's this massive canyon between the number of graduates and the demand for skills that are, actually ready for the job. And why is this happening? Well, technology is just moving way faster than most college programs can keep up. It creates this huge mismatch between what you learn and what companies need. It's a bit of a scary picture, I know, but really, understanding this gap is the very first step to beating it. This right here shows the huge shift we're seeing. The old contract, the one where a degree basically guaranteed you a job, that's officially dead. The new reality, the one the top 17% are absolutely crushing, is super simple. You prove you have the skills, and then you get the job. And honestly, this isn't bad news. It's a massive opportunity if you just get the new rules of the game.
So, what are these new rules for hiring? What does that top 17% get? Well, it's this. A huge 80% of employers in India now care way more about skills they can see than a degree on paper. They don't just want to see your grades, they want to see what you can actually build. And that brings us to the real meat of this explainer, your first year action plan. See, most students treat their first year like a waiting room, but the ones who get ahead, they treat it like a launchpad. So let's break down the specific things you can do, like right now. First things first, GitHub. This is your new resume. And I'm not talking about starting this in your third year when you're panicked about internships. No, I mean in your first semester. It becomes this public, living proof of your work ethic and your ability to code. It tells a story about you that no piece of paper ever could. And here's the key. Your goal isn't to build the next big thing. Seriously, just push anything in your first 30 days. A simple calculator, a to-do list, whatever. The project itself doesn't really matter. It's the habit of consistently committing code that does. And hey, while you're at it, start watching community repos that list off-campus hiring drives. You'll be way ahead of the curve. Okay, here's a strategy that is, I swear, criminally underused. It's contributing to open source. Just think about it for a second. It lets you work on real, complex projects, get feedback from experienced pros, build your portfolio in public, and sometimes even earn a stipend, all before you're even eligible for a real internship. It is a total career cheat code. So where do you even start? Here are 3 programs you should look up immediately. GSOC, the Fossey Fellowship from IIT Bombay, and Hacktoberfest. The absolute key is to apply in your first year. Most students wait until their third, but by then, you could already have a full year of real-world work on your public profile. It's a huge advantage. All right, let's talk about AI, because this is probably the biggest fork in the road for your generation of engineers. The question isn't if you should use it, it's how. Are you using AI to learn faster and go deeper, or are you just using it to skip the hard parts? Your answer to that question is going to define your entire career. Here's the right way to use these tools. Grab the free GitHub Copilot for students to understand code, not just to write it for you. Use tools like ChatGPT to debug your own stuff by asking it why something is broken, not just for the answer. Use them to get smarter, not to take a shortcut. Because trust me, any good interviewer can spot someone who's just been copy-pasting code a mile away.
Okay, next up, mastering the internship game. Look, if your whole strategy is just waiting for companies to show up on campus, you are playing a dying game. The most interesting employers often don't even go to most campuses anymore. You have to go find them.
So where do you go? Think of this as your map, and let me point out a couple of key strategies. On a site like Internshala, you have to write a custom note for every single application. No copy-pasting ever. And don't sleep on sites like Naukri.com. A lot of students think it's just for experienced people, so the competition for internships there can actually be lower. The whole point is to be active everywhere, not just waiting in one place.
All right, I want to share a powerful strategy that almost nobody tries, probably because it's a little scary. But man, it works. It's the cold email. The steps are simple, but it's all about how you do it and what you offer.
So here's the template, and notice what it's not doing. You're not begging for a job. You're showing you've actually looked at their company, you're offering real value for free, and then you back it all up with proof, your GitHub link. Yeah, most emails might get ignored, but the one that gets a reply, that can change everything for you. Okay, finally, let's talk about the one skill that changes everything. According to that Unstop report, this is the single biggest thing holding engineering grads back. And I'll tell you right now, it's not a programming language, it's something way more fundamental. This is it. It all boils down to clarity of thought, expressed out loud. It's not about your accent or using big words. It's just, can you explain what you built? Can you walk someone through the choices you made and why you made them? Imagine two students with the exact same project. The one who can explain the why behind their work gets the job, every single time. And the best part? You can start building this skill today. It's not that complicated. For every single thing you build, try to explain it to a friend who isn't a coder. Write a super clear README file on GitHub, and then record a quick 1-minute video of yourself demoing it. It's going to feel awkward at first, for sure, but that practice will pay off big time in your interviews. So let's pull all this together. Your runway starts now. The weird thing is, the demand for great engineers is actually going up. The problem isn't a lack of jobs. It's a gap between what colleges teach and what the industry actually needs. You have 4 years to build a bridge across that gap for yourself. So that's the bottom line. Please, do not treat college like a waiting room for your career to start. It's not. It's the runway. Every little project, every open source contribution, every single skill you practice, it's all building momentum so you can take off. And you can start building that momentum literally right now. Your first practical step is to go to this URL and apply for the free GitHub Student Developer Pack. It unlocks Copilot and over 100 other professional tools, totally free. Don't put it off. Your runway starts today.